Hey there, Internet. This is Gus, kind of making a little unilateral thing here. I'm here representing the Six-Sided Dorks, and as some of you may have noticed in the Thanksgiving special at the very end, there was a random clip of just random tacked on. That was all it was me being random. If you kind of know what the technical term for that is, because there is actually a technical term for that, that was made up by the ever so great, we are not worthy people of MST3K. And basically what's called is a stinger. And what you do is you take in MST3K, what they would do is the movie that they watched, they would take probably the most unusual and odd part of that movie, or some part that they just thought was funny, or just a non sequitur, and after the credits rolled for the entire show, they'd show it at the very end as just kind of a last haha moment, just to be random. Some of the videos I'm making, I'm actually going to put stingers at the end of. Not all of them, but the ones that I'm in charge of editing, that I feel like I have a little bit of extra time, I'm actually going to put stingers like that at the end of them. And they're funny, but I thought I'd also do a little bit of a contest. And the contest I'm going to do is just kind of a name that stinger contest. The one at the end of Max Gentleman isn't going to count, because I'm about to reveal what it was. But basically what I'm going to do is whenever I feel like it, I'll insert a stinger at the end. And I'll post the video, and anyone who wants to can watch it. And then if you can tell me where that clip came from at the end, that stinger, where that came from, you will get a prize. I know what you think. What is it? Is it gold? Is it video games? Is it money? Is it my undying love and appreciation? Is it a really cool wallpaper for your computer? I'll put your username at the end of the next video that I do with the stinger. I know, right? Like the best thing ever. But no, if you can identify where the clip came from, I will actually put your username at the end of the video, of the next video that has a stinger. So for instance, Max Gentleman, the first person to put in the comments that, oh, I recognize that, that's from the Thanksgiving 3 trailer. That would count. You would have won that contest. I will be putting you at the end of the next one. That being said, however, I will also take, there are multiple correct answers. For instance, that media came from, again, the Thanksgiving 3 trailer. However, I haven't seen Thanksgiving 3, so I don't know. It might actually be in Thanksgiving 3, and if it is, then I would have accepted Thanksgiving 3 or the Thanksgiving 3 trailer. So, you know, that one also is a little bit easier because it's got like the title in it, Thanksgiving, you know, Turkey is looking for Thanksgiving 2. Well, all you've got to do is look up Thanksgiving 2 on the internet, and after a little bit of searching. So, but don't worry, there's going to be some harder ones in the future, and I'm looking forward to people trying to find them. I'll try, like, no guarantee where all they're going to come from, as I go to a lot of weird places on the internet. And I'll put a warning if I got it from like an adult piece of media. Like Thanksgiving 3, I don't really consider that adult piece of media. It's just really graphic horror violence. You know, if I take it from, if it's just like a weird moment from a hentai or something, which I do have like 2 of those where they came from something like that, I'll put the warning there so that you know if you're going to go look for this, you might see some of the most bizarre things that you don't want to see, that it's not safe for work on there. But that being said, none of these let me make this clear. None of these stingers will ever be not safe for work outside of maybe some violent language. I will never put porn as a stinger, but I may put like, man, that was really weird. Lemon whores. Where did lemon whores come from? And lemon whores is the start of a porn. So, you know, Like I said, if you can guess where it's from, comment. When you comment, if you're right, if you're the first one to put the right answer, I will put your username at the end of the next Stinger vid. And so, looking forward to it. Till then.
This is the worst case of internalized misogyny I've seen in years. Stand back.